Aloha, Daniel Molina here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I have someone special. You probably know him as Samantha's friend. If you're local, you know him as Samantha's friend. Actually, his name is Mike Garcia, known as Big Magic Mike.
Island Magic Mike.
Island Magic Mike.
Island Magic Mike.
And so, Mike, man, wow, you're here.
I'm here. I made it.
Man, this is the first time I met you in person.
I know, and it's awesome to meet you as well, man.
Awesome, man.
You and your whole ohana is so awesome. Such a beautiful family. If you guys ever meet this brother and his ohana, which camera am I looking at? Get like 3 cameras right now. But they want awesome ohana, bro. Awesome, beautiful.
Thanks,
ohana.
brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, man, I see you on social media.
Yes.
You make everyone laugh, right? You make my kids
Try
laugh.
to.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I literally die crying, laughing at your skits because we can relate to it. And so a lot of people locally know you for just kind of on social media, just making all these funny skits. But a lot of people don't know you if not as Island, and the reach that I have sometimes are out as Island. So I wanted to do today is just tell your story. Like, obviously, you didn't just become a comedian, right? And so before we get to what you do today, tell me a little bit where you're born, kind of your upbringing a little bit from like maybe first grade, born to like high school.
I was born in 1986, so if you want to do the math and figure out my age, go ahead. I had one brother tell me that I look older than I am, and I kind of went tear up a little bit. But nah, I still look young. I feel young. But anyway, I grew up in Kahuku on the North Shore of Oahu, as you know. And I honestly have been the same person that I've ever been right now since a kid.
Wow.
So like, I know how you say like, I've just became a comedian, which is true in a professional world, but I've always been that goofball and I guess what you want to say, class clown.
Yeah.
And even my teachers like that I run into nowadays, they're like, Mike, wow, you're actually putting your talents to use. I'm like, hey, that's right.
Yes.
Who would have thought, huh?
Yeah.
But I grew up in Kahuku. I went to Kahuku Elementary, Kahuku Intermediate, middle school. And little do you know, I actually went to Kailua High School my freshman and sophomore year.
So can you consider yourself a Kailua boy, bro? Wearing the Kailua boy shirt, I mean, or not there yet?
no, I can't do that. You know what I mean? But I have a lot of friends that's from Kailua, Waimanalo, that I went to high school with at Kailua High School, played football with them. And man, it was such a great experience to kind of, mind you, I was still living in Kahuku at the time. So there's a bunch of us that went from Kahuku to Kailua to play football.
Why?
Oh,
So
I'm just joking. I'm going to throw somebody under the bus. I'm just joking. I was living in Kailua.
Right. Auntie, can I use your address?
Yeah. I was sleeping at Auntie's house. But, and then I went back to Kahuku High School my junior, senior year. And I finished it off and graduated in 2004. And and ever since then, I actually went to Windward Community College for a short bit, for a semester. Then I dropped out because I was working as well. And I just was like, man, money is so important, especially in Hawaii, which I should have stayed in school, to be honest, but I didn't. I ended up just working. And, here I am now today, I have 3 kids, 3 beautiful children, 2 daughters and a son, and a beautiful wife. And my life is so super awesome. Yeah. And like I could share my talent on social media, on like some commercials that you see. And I love helping out local businesses and companies. That's my goal. And it's just to make people laugh and enjoy life. But anyway, back to your question, how I grew up. Grew up in Kahuku, went to Kahuku Elementary, middle school, Kailua, freshman, sophomore year. Came back to Kahuku my junior, senior year and graduated.
And you played football.
And I played football. I wrestled. And I also ran track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. That's why. So there was one moment I remember I called out Bretman Rock for a race. And everybody said I would lose.
Okay.
Probably I would lose now since I just had knee surgery.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Well, we're at an age now where our mind says we can do it.
Yes.
But our body says, no, you can't.
100%. I go down to the park and I'm like, oh, I thought I had it still.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I give them what I can,
Awesome. So you finished high school. You went to college a little bit. What did you do for work? Like, what were you trying to develop who you are as a person?
Man, at that age, honestly, like, I did so much different jobs. Honestly, I was a janitor. I worked construction. I did masonry. I worked in the hotel industry. I was a prison guard, and then went back to the hotel industry.
Wow.
I moved to the mainland. Actually, before going back to the hotel industry, I lived in Idaho for 3 years.
And you foreign potatoes?
Why you think McDonald's fries taste so good? Island Magic Mike was putting the pixie dust on top. No, but I was just I was actually working in a hospital security because I came from being a prison guard. Then and then I moved to Idaho. So I was
so you know how to fight, bro.
Nah, no. All love. But yeah, and then I moved back in 2014. Then I started working back in the hotel industry, which was Disney Aulani, which is hence where you get the Island Magic Mike. Yes, I had a guest tell me one time that I had the true Disney magic and I was the true Magic Mike. And I was like, huh, that stuck with me.
Dang,
so I'm the Island Magic Mike.
That's good. Disney can't steal it.
Disney,
That's
Mickey
awesome.
Mouse.
You do have a personality. If Disney hired you, you would like kill it.
Yeah. Honestly, like, man, just working over there, it's been a super awesome blessing. Met the most awesome coworkers and I just love working with people. So working with tourism and the tourists that come from around the world to experience Hawaii, it's awesome. I think it's awesome. You know, it's real frustrating when you hear a lot of people hate on tourists and stuff. And I don't want to get deep into that kind of stuff. But yeah, we all people and everybody got to enjoy. We travel. I travel to the mainland. I want to enjoy. Us locals go Vegas. We do this, do that. You know what I mean? But just do it respectfully. But at the same time, you know, a lot of people like save up for years and years and years just to experience 3 days or a week of what we live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And what they love the most and what I think the best about Hawaii is the people.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody says the weather and whatnot. Yeah, that's all good and dandy, but bro, us people over here, we know if we'll take care.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I mean?
And you touch on something. I remember when I had Paele on a podcast, he was saying that Hawaii is not Hawaii without the people.
100%.
And so, and it's the spirit of Aloha, right? And I remember growing up, the Aloha spirit was just so like, it just hugged you.
Right.
Right. When I came back in 2018, it was a little different. It was a little different.
Yes.
Right. And like you said, like people come here and, you know, I'm from Puerto Rican. Heard you're Puerto Rican, so you're a brother a little bit. You got Puerto Rican, you got everything.
Get the Borinqui blood in me, the freaky Puerto Rican.
So we're brothers, bro. We're brothers. Right? But you know, it's beautiful places there. You know, you go to Caribbean, you go to all these places all over the world that are beautiful, right? Just as beautiful, turquoise water. Maybe the weather not as good, but still beautiful. But what separates, I feel like, from Hawaii is the people.
Yes.
Right. And so you 100%. So we gotta, treat the people who come with aloha. Obviously, if they're being disrespectful and all that, then we don't want them here, right? But if you're gonna come here and honor and respect the aina, then let's just show aloha.
Yes.
So
exactly. 100%. That's what I feel. You know, if we can give the aloha as much as we can, hopefully they can take that back to where they came from and spread it where they came from, and it'll just spread around the world. And wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you know how much love we have for the turtles and the honu, and then they go around the world, and the whole world will just have turtles around, and it'll be a whole new world.
You need to go Disney, bro.
Like
they need to hire you, bro. We need Disney. We need a Disney movie on you, bro.
Bro, let's do it.
Moana, okay, we're gonna watch that. But
Yeah,
Magic
exactly.
Mike Disney movie.
Yeah.
So man, wow, you were a janitor. You were all these things.
Yes.
And so now, like, tell me, like, what was the first skit? What made you go on social media and start sharing these stories? I mean, that's amazing. So anybody watching this video or on podcast, like, wherever you're at in your life, like, don't stop there. Never. Don't let that define you.
Never.
Like, I would never think or thought that you were a janitor at some point, or you were kind of figuring out all these jobs.
Yes.
But it made you who you are today.
I truly believe that. Like, you know, I feel like everything happens for a reason and in God's time.
Amen.
Like, I could have done a lot of things when I was younger. Like, I mean, I always talk about it. Like, oh, imagine if we had social media when I was younger. But you know what? That wasn't the time for it because there's other things and other reasons. I end up having 3 kids, and you know, maybe my focus wouldn't have been raising my kids
Yeah.
if I had that social media during that. There's just so many different thoughts that run through your head that shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everything happens for a reason. And I feel like I had such a great experience working at each of those jobs, to be honest. Like, and I had a good time.
Yeah.
Like, I even like working as a prison guard.
Yeah.
People was like, oh, what? You was a prison guard? What? Like, you're so... And I feel like that's why I left too, because that's just not who I am in that environment. But it's a great experience, and all the brothers that work over there and the sisters that work over there are solid. You know what I mean? And just like being there for other people. I mean, I feel like, you know, in this world, everybody makes mistakes, you know, and some of those people that are in there, I mean, it's sad because they just made a mistake and they just got caught doing it. That a lot of people do the same thing, that they just never got caught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a great experience for me working in that industry and in the tourism industry, like, man, touching people's lives, you know, like they're going back to the mainland where they come from, whatever state that they come from, whatever city. And they're going back and be like, wow, that was such an experience. Like, true aloha was spread to me. You know, like they didn't have to go out of their way. You know, if you work in hotel industries, they always teach you, you know what I mean? You got to, not respect. I would say you got to, like, you know, welcome the guests and treat them this way. But there's a lot of times that it's a hard job. It's straining, you know what I mean? Like, I was a bellman for a long time and lifting those bags, pushing those bags, and there's a lot of angry guests sometimes, and dealing with that too. Yeah. If you just run through it and ignore it and turn that switch around into positivity, you would blow your mind.
Almost like a game, like
100%.
You know what? I'm gonna try to make them happy.
Yes,
make them laugh.
yes.
Yeah, like,
there's some people who come right out of the car and they're stressed because, you know, they had a rough time traveling from the airlines. They lost their luggage. They was going through this and they're pissed. They just want to get to the room and they're already angry and they're saying all these bad stuff to you. And it's that, and then I just tell them, hey, you're here now. It's time to enjoy. Let's look at the positive. Look at the good. Look how beautiful the weather is. Go change your clothes. Jump in the water.
That's awesome.
Wash them off and be happy. If you let me go with you, I go with you. Don't worry. I hold you up while you snorkel. Let me catch a fish for you.
Just invite me to the expensive dinner.
That's what I mean. All you got to do is give me extra money. Nah. But that's awesome. I feel like, you know, just working up through those jobs made me experience a lot, see a lot of different people, lifestyles, how different people live.
So someone listening to this is a little younger. What changed that? What allowed you to change that from like being like so frustrated and like, oh, why are these people like doing everyday luggage and all that? Like, what made you shift to more positivity versus like negative?
I'll say honestly, like it was since like I was 17 years old. I told you earlier off of before we started recording, but I was 17 years old and I got stabbed 7 times.
Yeah, you're telling me.
And I nearly lost my life. The doctor said I was like 10 minutes away of blood loss.
Wow.
I would have died if the ambulance took 10 more minutes. But that experience, it really, really changed my aspect in life. And then also dealing with the passing of my brother in 2017. Oh, man. Man, it's just like, you know, we're here. Why be mad? Tomorrow's not promised. Right now it's not promised. The next minute's not promised. Right. You know what I mean? Why live it angry? Why be frustrated when we have so much to live for, so much happiness to just enjoy? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like everybody throughout life looks for love. Yeah. You really think about it. And maybe not through a partner relationship, but through friendship. Yeah. Just through life. And love to me is happiness. And that's why not search for love every day you can, or happiness as much as you can. Because like I said, tomorrow's not promised. I honestly thought I was going to die that night. Wow. 100%. I literally prayed and I was like, oh, it's my time. You know what I mean? Super scary. I've been through a lot. I had bad anxiety, panic attacks. Like I couldn't control it. I felt like I was going to die. I couldn't breathe. Had to go to the hospital all the time, see a therapist, and just going through all of that. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I think that's why I'm so positive, or try to be positive. Right. I'm a human being. I get mad. I get frustrated. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? But then it's like, you got to catch yourself, you know, and be like, what is this for?
Right.
Why
It
am
could
I
have
so
set you
angry?
the other way where a victim, depression, PTSD, like, and it could have sent you the other way where you could have
Yes.
just, it could have destroyed your life.
Yes.
But it didn't,
It
which is
didn't.
amazing.
It didn't.
So you don't have to go into it like what happened in what did someone just randomly stab you or?
So, basically, young boys being young boys, chasing the tail, and it was a night, and we went out, and there's some girls inviting us to their house. They had a after prom party thing. So I told my friends, hey, let's go check it out. So, of course, it's late at night. We end up going. It was a party and underage drinking. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody is having a good time. And when we showed up, I guess there was another guy that wasn't too happy that, us other guys from another town came over. And he was arguing with my friend. He was going to fight with my friend. I went over there to try and break it up. He started yelling at me. And of course, I was young and dumb. I had some drinks too. So I was like, well, you want to fight? Let's fight then. Not knowing he had a 12-inch knife on him.
Oh my God.
And yeah. And
Is that guy in jail now or
No.
is he still live on this island?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
I think so. I mean,
Wow.
I don't, yeah, but, yeah. Honestly, like, I forgive the brother.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
That was my fault for being there. My fault for agreeing to fight with him.
Yeah.
I could have easily walked away, I could have easily just grabbed my friend and say, hey, let's go, we're out, Instead, ego, you got alcohol, and it was just like...
And you're 17.
And I'm 17, you know? Friends around, like, oh, I can't back down, you know what I mean? And I mean, it was very...
So what would you tell your 17-year-old self now, hindsight 2020? Like, would you change it? Or he's like, you know what, actually it made me who I am?
Yeah, I mean, it did make me who I am. You really think about it. So, but if I really did get another opportunity, I would tell him straight up, bro, wake up, wise up. You know what I mean? There's so much more to live for.
Yeah, okay, it could have went the other way and you wouldn't be sitting here.
Exactly.
So what would you tell a 17-year-old who's at a party, who's like, oh, and everyone's like in jiu-jitsu now and fighting and, try to, especially now on the West Side, all the shootings that are happening.
I tell you right now, I mean, to all the youngins out there, am I looking at this camera?
Yeah.
To all the youngins, bruh, it's not worth it. Turn around, walk away. Promise you're a bigger person, you're a bigger man if you turn around and walk away. Honestly, just love, just be happy, you know what I mean? Because that person that you're angry with or want to fight with or want to get violent with or whatever, they also get one brother or sister or a mom or a dad or siblings and a family. And think about them and everybody that's going to be affected in any kind of situation that happens. So
yeah, join a jiu-jitsu gym and then roll together and get your anger out there.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like, honestly, if you want to, like, be that guy, go be like Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Get in the ring
Right.
and scrap somebody in the ring. You know what I mean? Never mind the street violence and all this kind of stuff, to be honest. Like, if you really are that person, go do it in the ring. You know what I mean?
So at that point, so I hear you praying. I hear you saying, so are you a Christian? Were you brought up Christianity or?
Yeah, I was brought up Christian. My mom, it wasn't like a heavy Christian ohana, you know what I mean? But we would go church here and there, you know what I mean? And I just was kind of like flutter in and out, even to this day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to go as much as I can, but then I'm busy and then I'm like, oh, bah, you know what I mean? What am I doing, But yeah, I'm a Christian and I truly believe in God. I truly believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, There's so many things like I went through and I'm like, why, how is it that I'm still here? You know what I mean?
Did you have a close relation with God at 17? Or were you?
I mean, I was obviously not doing what I should be doing.
What I mean is like, did you have trust like when you got stabbed? Were you like just praying, God, please help me?
At that moment, I was on the ground and I was bleeding and like a lot, And first, because the pain was really bad in my stomach and I was just like, oh man, I was looking, I was gushing blood. Like, just imagine every heartbeat because it hit the main artery in my stomach. So every heartbeat, it was just like somebody was pouring a big cup of warm water on me. That's what it felt like. And then everyone started coming around me and grabbing my chest and my arms. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? I didn't know. I didn't feel it.
Oh,
I was this right over here was hanging.
Oh my
I had they literally from here to here was like filleted open. And I could see my bone. I could see my bone in here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I had one in my chest, and like that's when I was like, I literally looked up. My friend was looking right at me. He was grabbing his hair, screaming and crying, saying, "No, Mike, no!" And he was like, I just told him, I was like, "Hey, call my mom, call my sister, them, tell them I love them. I'm sorry." And I prayed to God, and yeah. Was super heavy, super scary. Then the ambulance came. And then I remember like kind of going out and then waking up again in the ambulance. Then I went out. Then I woke up in the hospital, them rushing me. And then that's the last I remember. Yeah.
And then you're here. And then you
then
woke
I'm
up
here.
eventually. And then you're like, I made it.
It was.
And so at that point, you said, I'm never going to a party again.
Yeah.
Was that like the shift in your life?
Yeah, it was really hard because the whole, you're young and then it's the drama behind it too, like going through the whole trial process. It took 2 years.
Yeah.
And then like, I couldn't talk to certain people because of the investigation and whatever is going on. It's hard. It's super hard for me to deal with. And, I mean, it's a thing that happened, and it happened for a reason. I truly believe that, and here I am now. But it was hard, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear it.
I felt so like for my mom, like how my mom got the call, just thinking her son is gonna die.
Yeah,
and I didn't listen to her. I lied to her. I didn't tell her where I was. Told her I was going to sleep at my friend's house, and I didn't. We went out because you're young and you think you know more than your parents. You think you're invincible. And yeah, stuff like that happens.
Wow. Well, praise God that you're
yeah,
okay.
thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah,
love
amen.
you. We boys, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you are, bro. It's crazy because you would never know that from your story. The love, like when you first came in, there was this energy of love and joy. Like,
oh
instant,
man, thank you, I appreciate it.
Instant, like just energy of love and joy, and you would not get that from that. You could have went the route of just being angry towards people. Oh, I'm gonna never let that happen to me again, and I'm gonna learn how to do this, and I'm gonna be this. Like, you could have went that route, but instead you said, no, I'm gonna go this way. And you had, I'm sure, a process of recovering emotionally, the nightmares and everything else. But man, you're here. And I always say this is like, you don't smell like smoke, which means like you wouldn't even know that happened.
Right.
Like you got burned like that. Like you wouldn't even know that happened.
I like that analogy.
You don't smell like smoke. You would think like you were like you had the best life ever, and you didn't, it's just, it was given to you. Like, and this is like, you are the epitome of why I started this podcast. Because,
appreciate that.
Right. Well, it's because
keep it going.
All right. No, but yeah.
No, thank you. I really appreciate
but I say that because people just look at your life, look at your success, and they don't know what you went through, and they think it's easy.
Yes.
And you have to overcome and overcome and overcome and overcome to be where you are today.
So it's funny you say that, like people don't know. So one of my posts, I ended up posting about it, and it took me a long time to post about that stabbing, and I show some pictures of me in the hospital and stuff if you look on my page. But it took a long time because I didn't want to be that person that people look at and be like, oh, he's just trying to get sympathy, or you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I really thought about it. I had a conversation with my wife, and this was like when on the news there's just so much going on in Hawaii with youngins and teenagers, and I was like, bro, I gotta put something out there just to let them know what I went through, because it's not worth it. To me, it's not worth being that bad brother, you know what I mean? I lick anybody who try me.
Right.
For what? You know what I mean? I tell you right now, there's always somebody bigger and badder than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why don't you be the biggest and baddest lover?
Amen. Yeah, bro, you need that. You need that on a shirt.
That's right.
I'll be the first to buy it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. You're right, because I feel like, I know for me, I do jiu-jitsu, and I have been practicing martial arts for 21 years.
Nice.
And I start with Krav Maga, which is Israeli self-defense. And I did that for 15 years, and a little bit of jiu-jitsu in there.
Okay.
But one thing that jiu-jitsu does is humbles you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you get beat by guys who are $130. I'm 220, right? And this $130 guy is just like, okay,
Yeah.
right,
They'd
right,
be like, "Cuz,
right.
bring it on."
And
Yeah,
it humbles you, right? And
Yes.
then you start really, but it also builds confidence to say, you know what? I don't need to fight you.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm capable of doing, and
Yes.
I don't want to hurt that person on the street.
Yes.
But if I'm in the situation where I need to like protect myself, then cool. But it humbles you,
Yes.
and it allows you to be cool, like you said, like show love, like
Show love. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it comes down to like self-defense, I mean, you're
100%.
protecting your family, you're protecting yourself. I mean, bro, you got to do what I mean, it's just real, you know? Like, if I tell you, like, you know, if anything with my children, like, I'm a protector, you know what I mean? I'm a father, you know what I mean? But I still would try and do the non-violence first, you know what I mean?
That's what,
Diffuse it first, you know?
That's what Krav Maga is like. In Krav Maga, we always say to diffuse a situation.
Yes.
Right? Anytime, hey, I don't want any trouble. I'm sorry. Who cares, right? Because when you actually employ the Krav Maga, I'm going to hurt you really bad.
Right.
And just because you call me a name or you disrespect me, okay, whatever. But the minute you start touching my family, then things change, right?
Exactly.
And that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
But for most things, just diffuse it.
Just
someone. I used to have road rage like
walk
crazy,
away,
and now I'm like, okay, go, man. You must be in a rush. you know, you might find out you're whatever. I like. Why am I going to have road rage, get mad, and endanger people driving all fast and all that, right?
Right.
And so, like you said, it's like life is too short, man, and we got one life to live.
Yeah.
One life to live. Yeah. Right. And so seeing the
Make
joy
it
in you,
worthwhile, man.
yeah. And
Have
so you're,
fun.
yeah. Well, let me tell you, if people, there's always gonna be haters, right? It's always haters.
Always.
So tell your story, man, because there's a power in your testimony, right? That you overcome that, right? Or you overcame that, and the mental ability to overcome something like that and have the confidence that you have after coming from that, it's insane.
Yeah.
And it can only give credit for me to
Yeah.
God. Empowering you and healing you, not only physically, but healing you mentally.
Yes.
Right? And so
Yes.
that's so powerful. So tell your testimony, bro.
So even with that too, like going back to the whole mentally thing, like I still go to therapy when I can.
Yeah.
So you know, it's a thing that it's hard to get over, because even after I kind of got over that, then I lost my brother in 2017, and then just last year, literally like a month after my birthday, I lost one of my good friends, Steve, and then I lost my brother-in-law like 2 weeks after that. And I feel like, you know what I mean, I'm always getting put to the test. Like, honestly, like, I'm like, bro, this is so hard. Like, why, you know? And then I just realized, like, you know, like I always tell myself, like, bro, I hate to say it or put it this way, but we're all going to go one day.
Yeah.
Every single one of us.
10 out of 10 people die.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
We're all going to go one day.
Yeah.
You know, so I truly believe we're gonna see each other again. So you know, that's the way I look at it. I'm like, I'll go see them again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Might take some time. It's hard. You know, I kind of reach out to them, kind of talk story, kind of have our barbecues, kind of watch football. But you know, that's only temporary. You know. So
what happened to your brother? You want to say anything about that? Or?
Oh yeah, I can talk about that majorly. My brother actually was one of the first cases in 2017 for fentanyl. Yes. So he took a pill, which he thought it was oxy, but it was fentanyl. And he died pretty much instantly. He has 2 beautiful children, you know, Chastity and Shays. And it was really hard on our whole family, because that's my older brother, you know. And like, people always tell me, oh, Mike, you're so funny. I'm telling, promise, if you knew my older brother, you'd be like, oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
you know
you learned from him.
You grew up with that.
Wow.
Yeah, but I love him so much, and
so sorry.
that was really hard. Yeah. So I mean, and that's another thing too that is a big issue in Hawaii is and people don't really talk about it a lot, is fentanyl.
Yeah.
It's a big issue in the whole U.S. And it's still bad. And it's like, so that's why I tell people, you know, and if I know anybody that tries to do drugs or like, you know, tries to get prescription pills, but on the black market, not through a doctor. I tell them, bro, you taking a risk, you gambling your life.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Even some people I know that smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
They lace that too.
Yeah. Wow.
So you want to. I mean, you're just.
So it hits home for you.
Yeah, it's huge. When I hear it all over the news, and it's like, man, like, when is this ever gonna end? And it seems like it's just getting worse and worse, especially in the state of Hawaii.
Wow. So, and I asked this with the most sincerity. How can we help your brother's family? Like, is there anything we can do?
I feel like I feel like,
because she's a widow.
yes. Well, he has 2 baby mamas.
Okay. Oh, okay. So how do we help the kids?
Yes.
How do we?
Just give them support. If you know them, you know what I mean. I mean, just give them love and support, and just know that they're loved, man. Because, man, being raised with a great dad and then just losing that, seeing that happen is like, and I feel bad because I try to be there for them, but yet I got my own kids and I got my job, so it's like, I can't be that full-time dad or always there to take them sports or help them out. But their parents, their mom and their stepdads is stepping in and doing a great job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're always keeping us in the loops and, hey, they got their games on this date or this and that. I'm like, bro, we're there. You know what I mean?
Wow.
As much as we can. But seeing them kind of suffer, that was hard.
Man, so it's a lot of trauma.
Oh, a lot.
Bro.
That's why people don't even know. We can go even through more stuff.
Oh my God. But it makes you human.
100%.
Right? Because people say,
100%.
oh, Samantha.
100%.
But it makes you like, no, you're just like, you go to bathroom the same, you're hungry the same, you get sick the same.
Exactly.
And yeah, you have this beautiful, funny social media platform, but you're also a human and you have pain and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
And it kind of humanizes you in the point where like people need to stop hating if people hate, because it's just like, no, like you're trying to bring joy in the world and happiness and laughter.
Those haters, it's all good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because, I mean, if they're going to hate, they're going to hate. I can't control what they think or how they think, or if they think I'm not funny, or that's all good. You know what I mean? I still love you guys, bro.
Yeah. So
I love the haters too.
I'm so glad that you're here, because this is awesome.
You,
this is
Appreciate
gold
that.
because it inspires me even. Like just
That's
stuff
awesome,
that
man.
I see in your life. I'm like, wow,
That's
like
awesome,
you went
man.
through so much and overcame.
Yeah.
So tell that story, how every time, as much as you can, and don't feel like, oh, you're just trying to get people for sympathy. That's a lie.
Right,
Whoever
right,
cares.
right,
Because
right.
you'll inspire the people that need to hear it are going to be inspired, and you're going to change their life.
I hope so,
Right?
man.
You're going to change your life.
So.
Yeah, I think
really
so.
hope so.
I hope
mean,
this podcast changes people's lives.
I hope so. And that's what keeps me going is like I get random messages of people telling me that my videos will literally like they was in a depression mode. I got messages, people saying that they wanted to kill themselves.
Yeah.
And they said, I literally watch your videos just to laugh and thank you. And it's like, wow, that hits so hard.
Yeah.
Like I cried on so many messages. I'm like, what?
That's
You know what I
awesome.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that is what keeps me going, bro. I'm like, hey, this is a blessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People can hate as much as you want. If you do hate, it's all good. You know what I mean? I'm helping somebody one way or another, you know?
And I'm not nowhere near as an influencer like you, right? Nowhere near.
You will be.
Right.
Just put it in the universe.
God's plan, where
Put it in the universe.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
And so, but like one thing that I know inspires me is like, man, am I wasting my time trying to do all these videos? But then it's the people who PM me and says, Dan, you inspire me. Danny, this
exactly.
I was going to be a horrible husband, but because you do this, it inspired me now to do this. And then that keeps me forward, keeps me going.
Yes.
Okay, since people are listening. So all that to say, if you're listening, man, send a PM of how he has inspired your life.
Oh, that would be awesome, bro.
Like because sometimes we just do this thinking it's just entertaining people looking for the thing, and we don't know, are we presenting value? But those stories helps us. Oh, that's good. I remember The Rock. He I saw a video he just did, and some kid said he was overweight. He lost 60 pounds. This is a recent post he did, and and he said, he shook his Rock's name. Hey, you inspired me to lose 60 pounds, and this kid you couldn't tell. And The Rock was like, man, like, tell me more about that. And you could tell that The Rock actually cared.
Sincerely wanted
about,
to know, yes.
He could have just said, oh, cool, man, whatever.
Yeah,
and kept
good.
going,
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yep.
But he actually cared, and I'm sure it helps The Rock.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to keep doing this.
Yes.
I changed this kid's life.
Exactly.
Right? And so, obviously, he's mega popular.
Oh, yeah.
But I would say influencers like you that make people laugh, man, tell that more. Like, write in the comments, man, keep doing it, Magic Mike. You are awesome.
Yes.
Right? You are.
It is an encouragement. That's why and like I said it before and I'll say it again. I read the comments and I
Yeah.
read the messages and even the bad ones. I mean,
Yeah.
I laugh at a lot
Right,
of them because
yeah.
like that's just my brain. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
You're not bad.
They can use that for the next joke.
Thank you. You know what I mean? But you know, I really appreciate all the love, and I get a lot of love from my followers and my friends. That there's people who like from the mainland. There's people from New Zealand that follow. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
How social media and the internet is, and it's like a blessing.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like it's a blessing to be a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Like when people message me that stuff and comment like, "Oh, that," I'm like, "Wow," you know. Then I'm like, "Oh, honey, grab it up. Let's go. Got the camera. We filming something.
Do another one.
What we filming? I don't know. Even if I dig in my nose, like, well, film something."
That's awesome.
It's all about good fun, though, bro. Honestly,
good.
like I really enjoy doing it. And I think the best part about it is my kids watch me. A lot of my videos, my daughters film me, and my wife films me. And like watching them like kind of giggle or like even after the editing, because they're like, they don't understand like what goes in my head creativity wise. And like I'm doing all these things and they're like, "Dad, what are you doing?" You know? And then I put it together after the editing and they're just like crack up. They're like, "Oh my gosh." Because you know, it's
so random.
it's so random.
Yeah.
I'll be like dressed as a lady, dressed as this guy, uncle. Like what? Like they can't put it together, you know? And then
but
when
you see it. Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. And that's why I do everything myself, because I mean, I tried hiring some other like videographers and stuff, and they're fantastic. But like when it comes to my vision and how I want it to be on that's why I do it myself, because I want it to be the way I want it to be as edited.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to see, because that's what I see in my head.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. That people see my goofiness, that goes in my head. Sometimes I'm like, what am I thinking about doing?
That's so awesome. So talk about, let's get a little more. That was like, thank you for sharing that. Let's get a little more funny. So a lot of times people don't understand about Hawaii is that we're a melting pot, right? Obviously you got the local Kanaka Hawaiians that were here, right? But then around the sugarcane time, when we were around the plantation time, that's when the Koreans came, the Japanese, the Puerto Ricans, Portuguese, everything. Everyone started coming to work the cane, the sugarcane plantations. So then we have this melting, I mean, you're Kahuku, right?
Yep.
Right there, right?
Yes,
right.
the middle of it all.
And so we have a big melting pot of a lot of different cultures that come together. But we were okay with making fun of each other because it's hilarious. It's just funny.
That's life.
Right. It's life. And so this I would say a lot of comedians are having a hard time with making comedy because people get offended. Right. And so how do you overcome like, man, am I going to piss somebody off by making this skit? Because if you live in Hawaii, we're gonna make fun of your race, but we're not racist. It's just hilarious because you will make fun of the Tongans, the Samoans.
That's what
That's
what we was raised with.
Right.
And we tease each other always. You know what I mean? But it's not like a put each other down tease, which it's more like a real life tease. It's like a brother sister tease when you grow up with your brother and sister, and sister fart in front of you, but it's funny. You know what I mean? Like just things that you experience. And I feel like comedy it's real. That is why people love comedy, because it's real life. The best comedians portray real life
100%
stories. And that's why it's so funny. So you ask me like, how do I look at people who like, you know, or if I'm going to offend anyone or anything like that? I don't look at it like that. I don't. I look at the people who's going to laugh.
That's good.
Like that's the way I you know, and if certain people is offended, like I just want everyone to know I'm never intended to offend anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the goal is to make people laugh, you know? And that's why I do so many different characters, because I feel like, man, like a lot of it is myself.
Yeah.
Or my family I'm portraying. And like we can tease each other and people can tease me. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
I tease myself all the time how I'm bald. You know what I mean? I'm proud of being bald.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You know, we just grow up and then we get that thing called age. Yeah. You know what is that?
I don't know what
Yeah. Spell it out. AGE by age. You thought I was on random disease.
Bro, I don't know. Bro, I don't have that.
Bro, you don't have that. You cheating, bro. You gotta spill the
Put
secret.
ointment in my scalp, bro.
You and your wife get the same hair too. It's not wigs, huh?
You like cool.
No, you get nice hair, bro.
Thanks, bro.
That's how.
It's starting
man.
to get white, bro. The age, bro. You see the white there.
Oh, you hide them underneath, huh?
That's
nice.
why I go like this, not like this. So that's good that you don't really like worry about it because your heart, it's just in the right place, and I think that's what makes you so genuine because you don't care and you just go out there and so many people laugh. So many people.
And like, yeah, I the goal is to just make people laugh, and I even laugh while I'm doing it sometimes too, because it's like so just off the rails, like, and I have no shame.
Yeah.
I think that's what the best part is. Like, I have zero shame. You know what I mean? I don't care what people think about me.
Yeah.
You can talk all your crap you like and say, look how stupid he looks. He's a grown man trying to be like a girl or lady or do this. And I'm like, bruh, just look at the comedy part. It's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a surf, the pipe masters.
Yeah.
And I went and I was like sitting there watching it with my daughter, and I was like, you got to film right now. And she was like, really, Dad? And
Did they get embarrassed?
Yeah,
Like,
she was like, Dad. I was like, I told her, I said, sweetheart, do you know anybody over here? It's all tourists, you know what I mean, on the beach. She was like, no. I said, then why are you worried? Why are you worried? You know what I mean? Just film. I'm the one being obnoxious. You know what I mean? And she's like, okay, Dad, let's do it. So she filmed me, and then that's when I did the, like I was like watching the surf and stuff. And
where you said it's close to the...
Yeah, when that one that was at the Pipe Masters, and then there was the guy, the local brother. I went by him, and he didn't even know either. He was like, "Brah."
Wow. So tell me that. So you were sharing with me before we recorded that you literally just hang out, you do life,
real life,
and then you see an opportunity. Oh, that would be good.
Real life,
and then you see it in front of you.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Like I said, comedy is real. So one of my first skits that I did with the Samantha character, everybody's like, who's Samantha? Where did Samantha come from? I said, it came up from the top of the dome and came right out of the tongue. It just came out. But that scenario was, I was at the beach with my kids, and there's these ladies, and it was like walking on the rocks, but they couldn't really walk because, it's sharp, ooh. Oh, grab my hand, and they're trying to just watch the surf get closer to the surf, They're like, oh, look, the surfers. And it was just like gold. And she's like eating, still got like her little snack in her hand, eating her snack, trying to fall over. And like, oh, how sharp. These rocks are so sharp in Hawaii. And they're like, look at the surfers. Hey, come check this out. Hurry. And I just was just watching this unfold, this perfect scenario and this gold. And I was like, I gotta do the exact same thing. I got to.
Right.
Like, it's real. You know what I mean? It's so good.
And then you filmed it right there.
I filmed it. Yeah.
Right after them.
Yeah. Right after them. And I was like, I tell my daughter, recall.
That is
it was so
awesome.
fun.
So
So
it just
funny.
writes itself right in front of you.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
amazing.
And that's why, so like, even with like my stand-up comedy and stuff, I incorporate a lot of true stories.
Yeah.
It's real. You know what I mean? So I think that's why people really enjoy, I guess, my comedy or any comedy in general, but, they can relate to it.
Yeah.
They can relate to it.
100%.
Whether you on local and you see that, or if you're that person and you're like, oh, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me talking about touching a turtle.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Looking for the snorkels in the condo. That was me. That was me and my other friend. Her name wasn't Samantha, but it could have been Becky. Like, I feel like that's, people just relate so much to it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's
why it's
pure comedy gold, because it's real,
Yeah.
Same thing with when I do like the Samoan character, the junior, or the local brother, the Hawaiian brother, the punchy brother, chemo, whatnot. Because it's real. That's what I grew up with. That's what we all grew up with. And it's so awesome because when you see it in a comical style, it's even better. It's like, bruh.
Yeah.
You never looked at it that way. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's pretty funny,
So do you want to do more stand-up and do more shows and tour? Or you just kind of...
Yes, and
so what's
I will.
That Samoan brother,
Tumor?
Yeah. Do you know him?
Yeah, well, I don't know him real good, but I met him a couple times.
Because he opened up for Angela Johnson.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so that's when I first saw him, right? Babe, it was Angela Johnson? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Angela
Awesome.
Johnson,
Yeah, right.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he kind of does the same thing, makes fun of locals. And
Yes,
yeah, I think
yes.
he played UH football.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And so is that kind of what you want to eventually go to stand-up comedy?
Yeah, eventually, you know what I mean? And that's the goal, you know. I mean, there was one person who kind of asked me, he was like, so what is it? What are you? Like, I need an explanation. Are you a stand-up comedian? Are you an influencer? Are you an Instagram comedian? Are you a MC? And I just told him straight up, I do it all.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
I mean, why not? If I could take my comedy in every aspect in life, why not? If I
Or
could
even
share
movies.
Even movies, I would love to. I just don't know how to get into that route. But yeah, if you guys are producers or movie people, hit me up. I'd love to be on a movie, bro.
Yeah, you gotta be.
You're gonna love this bald head on the show. I guarantee. You guys gonna have fun. I'm gonna make the cameraman dance.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really want to do it all. That is my goal. Ever since doing this, like, I never started off wanting to do this. I just did the videos out of just pure comedy and joy and having fun, which I still do it. But now seeing the opportunity that it could take me, and places it could take me, and the opportunities I have is what I'm trying to say is that I want to run with it because I know my talent. I know what I can do.
Yep.
You know, I had a lot of people question me when I started doing my stand-up comedy. A lot of people tell me, oh, you know, stand-up comedy is a whole different ball game. And, you know, you're not editing. It's not scripted. You know what I mean? It's like, you're on stage and it's like, bring it on.
Yeah. Well, you have stage presence.
I know my talent. You know what I mean? And I've been emceeing, you know, grad parties, weddings, you know what I mean? Corporate events for a few years now. So being on stage, I'm so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's my comfort zone.
And I think in this world is stage presence, right?
Yes.
If you don't have it, you don't have it. But you have that. You have
appreciate
that
that.
stage presence. That's hard to have.
It's hard. And I feel like even with like stand-up comedy or doing anything as far as performance on any kind of stage live in person is 50 to 60% is having that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, anybody can write good jokes.
Yeah.
Anybody can write good deliveries. But it's actually performing it on the stage and being interactive with the audience. You know, I think that's what I feel so comfortable with is when I'm doing my jokes and people kind of throw in their 2 cents and then we start rolling.
Yeah.
And then we're going a whole different route. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, now it's taking me to a whole different route.
Yeah.
And then like different jokes are coming on and it's just back and forth.
Well, you did it when you first came in.
It's
I have
awesome.
7 kids and you were just like, we were all dying, laughing. Just right there because you were just flowing with whatever was hilarious, and that's hard to do. And you got it. So yeah, I would say pursue the stand-up comedy.
100%.
I think you have it.
100%. And I did my first little tour. We went to Big Island, Kona. We went to Maui. So Big Island, Kona was at the Elks Lodge, and then Maui was at the playground. Then went to Kauai at the Philippine Culture Center, and it was awesome. Like I had a blast. It was so much fun seeing the laughter that came from the crowd.
Yeah.
Whoo, that made me like it's an adrenaline. It's like a rush, you know. It's like, wow, like I can do this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Well, it's your gift.
And I keep on. That's what I say. I truly believe it's a gift from God because people ask me, you know, like, how do you do it? I tell them, I don't know. like there's, it's just a gift from God. You know what I mean? Like you get people that just certain talents, you know, like, you know, people who just sing out of the womb. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're crying, but sound like music. Ooh. You know what I mean? I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing. But you know, it's just like different talents, bro. It's and I feel super blessed and I'm super thankful and I feel like I'm pretty humble about it, like, and I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it true to myself.
Bro, you're humble by accepting this podcast, right? Because I don't have millions of people watching.
Yeah.
And so, you know, just for people watching and hearing this, it's like you are because I just messaged you.
Yes.
And I'm sure you checked out my page. Oh, sure I go. And that's cool that like, man, you're touchable. You're not like this person.
Right.
Oh,
right.
So just knowing you in a short period of time,
Yes.
and just your interaction, 100% humble.
Oh, I appreciate
Humble,
that,
bro.
but I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to the messaging, I know I get plenty of messages that I never respond to. 'Cause, sometimes I'm like,
Oh, I'm almost sure.
I just cannot respond.
You need
to
an assistant to kind of go through everything.
So that being said, if you guys ever want to reach out to me, you know what I mean? As far as you want to hire me for a certain thing, a video, or I mean, if you want me to MC for an event, whatever, please go to the website, islandmagicmike.com.
Yeah.
Because I get so much I was trying to message you about that. I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't see it. I just didn't. There's so much messages that just right through. Sometimes if I have, something popular on my stories, and it'll just get thousands.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I try to reach back to everyone, and then it's just I'm sitting there for an hour just.
Instagram needs to fix that. If someone replies to your story, don't put it in our inbox.
Yeah.
Reply to
that. Yeah.
Yeah, story replies.
Yes.
Then the inbox is there for just private message.
Yes.
Instagram, if you're listening, change it. For influencers that have so many, there's no way you can go through that.
It's very difficult.
So you're at 330,000 followers.
I think I'm at 220 something. I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't like to focus on that. It came to a point where I reached this point. I would love to have more followers, which would be even more of a blessing. You know what I mean? But if you focus on that kind of stuff, then what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Of course, I'd like to reach more people and make more people laugh. But bro, the people has followed me already. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna keep on going and doing whatever I can do to make you guys laugh and be happy and be real. I mean, that's my goal, is just to be real. So from when I first started, my first video, it wasn't even planning. I wasn't even planning on I was I'm gonna try and be an influencer.
No, it was just,
at all.
Right.
Not at all. It's just we came across this that Don't Leave Me challenge.
Yeah.
The one, So that was popular, and my nephews were showing it to me, and I was like, bro, I can do a local one better than that. He was like, oh, do them right now, Unks. We go film me. I was like, okay. So I did them, and then posted it, and then I remember Mean Hawaii messaged me, and he was like, bro, can I share it on my page? I was like, yeah, go. And from there, and my page was private, so I just had super plenty friend requests, and I was like, what? They was like, bro, we love that video. Do one more. So I did one more. And they're like, we need more. So I'm so I do more comedy. Then I started doing little skits that come in my head. And they're like, bro, it's hilarious. You got to do another one. Done. I was like, oh, people like this. All right. They see where I come from. What goes on in my house.
So what were you doing in the genesis of that? Were you working somewhere? And then eventually this is your full time?
This was during COVID, was when I first started.
Okay.
Yes. Was during COVID. So obviously I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
To just be a goofball and record.
So then this is your full-time job.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, right now I'm still employed at Aulani Tech. I need the benefits for the keiki, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am on the verge of once more things start lining up more financially, because people think oh Mike, you must make all this money. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I make money, but
bro,
you know how hard it is to live in Hawaii?
Bro. Oh yeah.
Money comes and goes right out the door. I get the 3 kids, I got all the bills and but you know what? It's not about money, it's about enjoying life. Yeah. We live in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We live in the most beautiful, beautiful place on earth.
So you commented about just people. That's another misconception, that all of a sudden you get 300,000 followers. You're like, oh, you're a millionaire. You're successful. It's that's not how it works. No. Making money is freaking hard.
It's very hard.
Even when you own a business, right?
It is very hard. So I own my own business, and that's what I do. I do my comedy and whatever gigs and jobs I can pick up through my comedy. But it is very hard. I hustle. I work. It's not easy to film. It's not easy to edit. It takes a lot of time. Coming up with ideas, skits. That's why, I've been working with a lot of different companies and doing videos for them, which has been super awesome, But it's not easy. It's not at all. And mind you, to make more money, I'm still going to have to hustle and try and get more. Hopefully sponsorships, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, any companies that sponsor me, hit me up.
Yeah.
But on the real, I mean, I feel like if us local people take care of each other, that's just the way to go
100%.
because it's hard. It's hard to live in Hawaii, and it's a lot of work. People think it's easy. People think it's just, oh, you just press record and boom, it happens. You know,
it's hard.
Social media now, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, yeah, they pay, but it's like pennies.
Yeah, pennies. You gotta have like
literally
a million.
like cents.
Yeah.
You know, like unless you have millions of followers and millions of viewers.
Right.
So I hustle my own way. You know what I mean? Because
I actually looked it up. It's
Yes.
For every million subscribers is about $10,000 a month. So you gotta hit millions.
you have to hit millions of followers to start making livable money.
Right.
Shall I say? You know what I mean?
But 10 grand in
Especially in
Hawaii still won't pay your bills.
That's like that. Yeah, that's not. It won't. 10 grand. You know what I mean? Like living in Hawaii, it's so hard.
Yeah.
You got kids. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So, I hustle with different companies. I try to get jobs as much as I can. I'm gonna try and do more stand-up comedy, and I want to make this my full-time gig to where I can support my family with and still make people laugh and enjoy life.
Yeah.
That's the whole goal now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not take it and run with it? You know, God gave me the gift, and it's my opportunity to I guess do what I gotta do.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. So in closing, what would you? 2 questions, maybe 3. But what would you tell the young person that watches your stuff and he's having a hard time or she's having a hard time in life, and they're having a great idea, whether it's comedy, videos, or anything in life? Like, what would you tell them to inspire them to keep going?
I would say, just like you just said, keep going. I mean, you never know when it's gonna hit. I know some people that, you know, they put out a lot of videos and they get frustrated, and then all of a sudden, you know, they start gaining these followers. But my main thing is not just keep going, just be authentic.
Yeah.
Be real. So don't try and do comedy if you're not really that person. Don't try and be a food eating person or taster if you're not really a foodsy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go on this adventure travel if you're not that person. Like, be real. Be you. Even if it's you sitting on one couch, being one couch potato, film yourself doing that. You know what I mean? That's real. People might enjoy it. You never know.
Right.
You know? Like everybody, like, you got the surfers doing their thing, and they got their surfing followers. You know what I mean? You got jiu-jitsu people. You got boxers. But just be you. Be yourself is I think is the most important thing. And that's where it got me where I am. Is I've always been the same.
Yeah. You just turn on the camera. That's it.
100%. That is it. And a lot of people who grew up with me tell me that. They're like, man, it's so awesome to see people see what we've been seeing our whole lives. You know what I mean? And it's a blessing. So I feel like just be you, be authentic. Don't try and be someone you're not. And have fun. If you're not having fun doing it, don't do it.
Right.
Like me, it's hard. It's a lot of work, but I have fun. I enjoy it, and it's unreal. It's like it's the realest thing that I've ever heard was, you know, do what you enjoy and love, and things will fall into place.
Yeah.
Promise.
Yeah.
Mark my words. If you enjoy it and you're good at it, and your niche or whatever you want to say, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't let nobody hold you back.
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's good. And so, one more thing. Do you feel like the community around you helped you overcome as well? Like, get through all of this? Like, the ohana that you had around you help you push you through and inspire you to keep going?
Yes, 100%. Yes. Everybody around me gave me 100% support and positivity. And I feel like the most important was my kids and my wife, but then also everyone else that in my community, like you said, that people I grew up with or people who just know me from work or acquaintances, they're like, "Bah, keep it going, Mike. That's so awesome." And it's that kind of encouragement that keeps you going. You know what I mean? I've rarely heard people that I know kind of tell me like, "Oh, so stupid what you're doing," or "Don't do that." Yeah. It's been great encouragement, and I feel like that's why I keep doing what I'm doing.
So surround yourself with
good energy people. 100%. That'll help you, even give you ideas, whatever it is. If they're positive about it, keep them around. Yeah. Once they start giving you negativity, look at them like, brother, you my friend or?
Cut them off, right? Awesome. So, man, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I want to meet with you more. Coffee, catch you dinner. I just feel like I earned a brother today. You are an awesome human to be around. And so I know you said it, but how can someone get a hold of you and any merchandise they can buy from you? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm gonna have more merchandise coming up. There's these hats that I made. I'm gonna make more hats. I
like that
made
one.
it for my show, and you can see it says Hawaii.
I want that one. Well, I have one right
Watch it.
Here it is, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, hold on.
There's gonna be another one coming up, and it's gonna say my halo. But I printed these for my shows.
Bro,
so
we gotta have Samantha.
I'll have one with Samantha for sure.
And only people that live here will know. Why do you have
understand.
Samantha on there?
Don't worry. Just don't worry. If you don't know Samantha, you don't know me.
Awesome. So you're going to have more merchandise.
Yes.
What's the website they can reach?
So it's going to be on islandmagicmike.com.
Okay.
I just didn't put the link yet because I haven't gotten the full order in yet, but I'm doing hats and more shirts because I only ordered it a limited amount that was supposed to be for my shows. Yep. But now I'm going to start selling it online. So, you know what I mean? All my followers, friends, everybody that wants to support, that would be awesome. Really appreciated.
Yeah. I'm going to buy a shirt for all my kids.
Yes.
They love you. They laugh and die at your comedy.
Thank you, brother.
Well, thank you so much for joining. I hope you were inspired by this story. I know I was. Literally, I just met him today. Literally today. And so much energy, so much beautiful. It's a beautiful soul. I get to know him. Follow his page. What's the Instagram handle?
It's Island Magic Mike, one word, on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
YouTube. I got to jump more on YouTube, too.
Yeah, get on YouTube. Follow this guy. If you want to laugh, even if you don't live here in Hawaii, you'll still laugh at his joke. Thank you for watching. If this has inspired you, please share this content on your podcast, on your YouTube, on your Instagram, wherever you're at. Share this because more people need to hear stories of people here in Hawaii. You don't understand. If you don't live here, you don't understand the challenges of Hawaii and the local community and the local people who have raised here. There's so much challenges to try to provide for the family. They're born here. They want to leave. They want to stay here and have their kids enjoy the same island they got to. And a lot of times they go to the 9th island. They move to the mainland because they can't afford it. So support my brother. Help him. Spread the word. Spread aloha. And to the next time, we'll see you. This is Danny Molina signing off. Aloha.